G'day, I'm Evan, and welcome to Gamey Gamey Game. Joining me on the show this week, it's Naomi Higgins.
Back. You thought I was dead. I bet you were happy about it. Well, fuck you.
Cass Page.
Desire.
And Jordan Barr is here too.
Hi.
You killed us.
Yeah.
Before we get into the show, you know, Christmas is just around the corner.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
So now is the perfect time to get a gift for that special Gamey Game fan in your life. For this entire week.
That does not exist. There's no special Gamey Game fan who's in someone's life.
For this entire week, starting at Monday, November 28th, and running through till Sunday, December 4th, we're doing 15% off everything and free standard shipping on our merch store.
Whoa.
That's exciting, right?
Yeah. Will that get there in time for Christmas?
That's worth checking.
Yes. Probably. I mean, Australia Post is running on weekends now, right?
There you go.
Oh, yeah. They're not allowed toilet breaks.
They don't
That'll get to you, but at what cost?
They don't ship from Australia, so. But anyway, certainly express shipping will get it there. Anyway, look.
But that's not free.
Have a look at the website and see what the shipping. It depends on where you are in the world, you know.
Yeah.
Where are you in
You might not see them on the day.
What?
You might be able to
friend,
give
your
them in
special
early
game
January.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Just be
yeah.
like, hey, I got a gift for you. I mean that happens most years nowadays. It's like I got something, it's on the way, it hasn't come yet.
I like when someone, it's their birthday or whatever, I'm like, okay, I've got your present, it's on the way, which means birthday week.
Yeah.
Like proposing a birthday week, or if I've been really
good.
disorganized, a birthday month.
Yes.
Like,
nice.
we're
Yeah.
extending it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're going out.
Anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just get it, and then it might come in time.
Just get it.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, ship 15% off and free standard shipping. That's pretty good because shipping can be a bit pricey.
Maybe you can upgrade. So the money you save on the standard shipping, you can get the express.
Yes.
Then it'll maybe come in time.
Yes.
I feel like
Then you're not saving. I'm not sure if you're.
It will
You're in
feel
a
like
safe
a saving.
window right now,
Yeah.
I would say. If my Depop girlies can get it to me within the week, I'm sure you can do it as well.
Yeah.
Do it within the week.
They can do anything.
Yeah. Like rob you.
Anyway, so shirts, hoodies, tote bags, hats, stickers, and dog bandanas all on sale for the whole week. Go to gameygame.com/merch.
No, it says dog bananas again.
It's because I copy and pasted, but it doesn't matter. We have bandanas. Oh, but actually,
And I wasn't going to bring it up,
no, but Bec did.
but Bec did.
But maybe that's because Inkmo, friend of the show, did a great illustration of Gonzo coming out of a banana. It's a dog banana.
That's so fun.
Off last week's typo.
Wow.
And now
It makes sense because he kind of looks like he's been peeled already.
Yeah.
Some of the stringy bits up top, but
And now you can buy that as a sticker in the store because it's such a great illustration. Now it's a sticker. You can go buy it. So, and it might get here by Christmas. Who knows? But you know,
I mean, they're going to be fine. If they get the sticker in January, they're going to be fine.
stickers don't go
Unless
off.
you're cancelled by then.
I mean, by then it'll be
I
like
intend to
people will be
get
like,
Worried about Gonzo getting cancelled.
yeah.
it'll be an in joke that's probably too late. Like you'll be like, what's this again?
Well, then it'll be like extra underground.
Yeah, deep cut.
Evan, you're selling this sticker.
He's doing his very best.
It doesn't really bother me. If people want it, it's there.
Yeah, that's
You
nice.
don't have to. You don't have to.
That's actually really good. I was watching something on like how to attract a man on TikTok. I don't know why I'm getting TikToks like this, but it's a similar thing. It's like don't act desperate. Like,
Yeah, we're not desperate for merch
Don't
sales.
speak.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't look at
Yeah.
exactly. Pretend you don't actually know they exist.
Right.
What's a boy?
Be told.
I've never heard of a sticker.
The problem is we went like most of the year without mentioning merch at all.
Oh my
But then
god!
no one
Because we
bought
weren't
any.
doing the show.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
But nobody bought any.
Because we weren't doing the show.
Yeah.
But then I mentioned it last week and a bunch of people bought some.
Wow. And you did such a good job last week.
Let's.
And just from strength to strength with you.
Hey, this week
Hey,
we're talking about
how have you been?
latest installment in the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. But first, what do you think of this? Sure, video games are fun to play for humans like us. But
You do this on purpose. I know it. I know you do it on purpose.
I thought it was a funny way to write that.
Yeah.
But isn't it sad that our pets have been missing out? Well, cry no more, because UK startup Joypaw has developed a gaming console for dogs. Part of a holistic dog health platform, the interactive puzzle games can apparently help dogs live longer, healthier and happier lives.
That's fucking bullshit.
Live
There's
longer.
no way. There's absolutely no way.
Potentially.
That dog's going to get square eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe. But
That dog wonk.
wonk.
That dog did
Definitely
wonk.
Wonk right at us. So this is. I think this is early footage. There's a picture of like what the more finished version looks like. Actually, there is on this page. It looks a bit more like a finished commercial product. It's all fairly new stuff. I think the idea is that if you're keeping your dog's mind active, like a Sudoku.
Yeah.
Mind active, maybe you'll...
Like a Sudoku.
You know, like old people do a Sudoku to keep your mind active.
Actually, I think video games is good for old people.
Yeah.
For the same reason?
Is
Yeah.
that reason that no one's talking to them? Because I feel like you can keep your dog's mind active by simply loving it.
You're right. But what if you don't have time to love your dog? This
Get one.
machine-
Don't get a dog. Don't. If you're like, I'll get a dog and then I'll put it in front of. I'll have an iPad dog.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you have a dog and you don't know what to do with it. You have to leave it somewhere.
Who's this guy? In my house.
That's also seemed to be sort of encouraging a prey drive, which in a husky.
A prey drive.
I
This is a monster.
This is, but it is
Look at this killer.
But I guess he's looking down afterwards. Bing bang bong, you're dead. Like that's a kill shot.
Put a chihuahua in front of him. The chihuahua dies.
I wouldn't put a Pomeranian in front of a husky.
Okay, I think it would be bad, but do you reckon you could, like, you know how the army sometimes trains people with video games?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Do you reckon you could turn a dog bad?
Wow, man's best friend.
Not for long. Not when we're finished with him.
Wow.
It could. I think this is fine.
You think it's fine?
Yeah.
I feel like
My
there's.
dog gets bored, and I'm like, what do you?
Yeah, so it's
What do you want? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sometimes I'm like,
So you
what-
can take it
just
for a
sits
walk,
there.
but then like sometimes they don't want to go for a walk. They're just sitting around the house.
Oh, my dog, Tazo always wants to go for a walk.
Oh, okay. Gonzo will sometimes want to go for a walk, and
Then you get his harness out and he runs away from you.
that's right. Yeah, and then he doesn't want to go for a walk.
so
But then you're out
small.
walking, and then he seems like he's having a good time. So look, I
I don't know. He's always pulling on the leash, but not like forward. He's like pulling like it's like he's trying to get away from the whole situation on the leash.
Right. Okay.
Specifically, your dog I'm talking about.
Yes.
Do you think that if Gonzo doesn't like walking, Gonzo will like nose tap tap game?
He would be. Gonzo's actually really smart because he has those things, the toys with the treats in them.
Yes.
And I first saw it because one was here and Tazo was trying to play with it. And he was just like, he didn't know what he was doing. And then Gonzo just came up and he just like lifted it, like it's like a bone thing. And he just like tilts it up on its end and just does that like, and he made Tazo look so fucking stupid.
There
It's
is
really
there
embarrassing.
is one that Gonzo has, which is a bit more difficult.
Okay.
Where you have to
well,
like,
I was saying that
this,
was pretty
like-
difficult and that it was really advanced what
Yeah,
he
but
was
it's
doing
all-
because my
all-
dog couldn't do that.
Okay, but it's all levels, and I look at this other one, and I'm like, Gonzo, you're a fucking idiot. Why can't you work this out? And like, you'll be showing him how to do it, and he's just not
You're not
getting
supposed to show him how to do it. That's not how people learn. Or
saying
dogs.
it. But surely, if you demonstrate, look, it's like this, and then he just sits there not getting it. Like, what can you do?
Sometimes
You a stage mum?
Why aren't you getting this? Attack!
He just keeps like pawing at it. You're like, no, it's really easy. You just
But there are other concepts that like you have to figure out first. Like you can have like the 2-cup thing, like 1 cup long, 1 cup wide or whatever, and you like tip in the water between them, and you're like, which one has more water? And idiot babies are always going to be like tall.
oh right.
Yeah.
No, it's because they don't know that yet. But
Right,
eventually
right.
they'll age into it.
That's how we trick my
Gonzo's
nan
not
into not
me.
drinking so much on Christmas. What cup is this one? Stop saying that.
I love offering someone like shots and you do them with them. It's water.
Yeah. Yeah.
know.
Oh, they got no
At
idea.
that stage, they don't know.
Wait, what?
Like if someone's really, really drunk and you pour like little water, he's like, oh my God, do shots with me?
You trick him.
They just drink.
I didn't know
bits
people
of
did
water.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's happened to me.
I think I've said every time I'm like, water shots, but I try and make it seem fun.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah. Should do that with dogs.
So the joy pour, it will unleash your dog's cognitive potential with its...
There's no unleashing
What?
my dog's cognitive potential. If someone knocks on the door on the TV, he'll run to my front door
Yeah.
and just start barking until I open the door and show him that no one's there.
Yeah, Gonzo does it sometimes. It's because we have surround sound and he'll like...
Well, that's tricky. You're tricking him.
It's true. That is
That's
designed to
hard.
trick.
Yeah.
That's a dog fooling.
They don't understand pointing. They're like, what are you doing with your finger?
I thought dogs were the only animals that understood pointing, aside from us.
Gonzo doesn't.
Gonzo doesn't get it.
Can you stop shitting on your dog? He doesn't understand pointing.
Maybe he could do this. I'm not sure. It has
Hiding his head. He's very ashamed.
It looks like a palm tree.
It does look a bit like a palm tree, yeah.
But it doesn't look like cognitive abilities.
A palm tree that can't do shit.
Palm tree with one coconut.
Palm tree's never going to get into med school.
I'm just imagining you and Gonzo and that dog toy, much like me when I was like 10 years old trying to like swallow a Panadol tablet and my mum just standing next to me being like, it's easy, just drink it, just swallow it. And he's like, like
I hated
that.
tablets when I was a kid.
Yeah. Were you getting yelled at?
No, I
For
wasn't.
not being able to
No,
swallow
I
a
wasn't
tablet?
getting yelled at. I just wasn't.
I thought that was a universal experience.
I was just like,
Right,
I can't do this. Give me something that I can just drink.
Yeah.
But it didn't always, you know.
If you're ever struggling with taking tablets or multiple tablets, if you do have to do that, and if you just can't be bothered doing one after the other, it can sometimes help to imagine that you are a toilet and you're flushing yourself. Because I think that, like...
I don't think imagining that I have a shit in my mouth will help me swallow any better. Cass.
Small shit.
not shit.
In fact, I think that would make me fucking vomit.
No, you're a cool person in a movie.
Yeah.
Flushing contraband.
It's one of those like super clean like robot toilets, like the most expensive ones.
You fill your mouth up with water, you tilt back toilet mode, you drop, and then you like,
And then you just open up.
and you flush.
Yeah.
I think that works for you and that's great. Really happy
Shouldn't
for
it?
you.
What's your gag reflex like? I think that's something that I developed from not wanting to have tablets. Was that I have an overactive gag reflex. But anyway, it has a dog-tailored touchscreen, a height-adjustable stand,
Adjustable gag reflex?
an automated treat
So
dispenser.
you worked on yours? Is that what you do? You have any
No.
tips? Oh, you didn't.
Just gotta relax. Don't be so uptight.
They say you
about
like if you force your toothbrush back a bit further every, you can work on it that way. That's just what I read. And it was just I didn't Google it.
it. Yeah. Also, there's magnesium
It
pills.
just popped up on my phone somehow. Hey, I discovered something about myself yesterday,
Yes?
and I don't think anyone cares about it as much as me.
We might.
Here's something I already knew. I can't burp.
What?
Unable to burp.
What?
In your life?
My whole life.
You ever like tripped and...
Tripped and burped? Is that what?
Yeah, I was just imagining.
I thought that was just from movies. Oh, well, but,
How is that possible that you can't burp? What do you mean?
I've just always thought of it because my sister's the same.
Oh.
We both hate burps because we also can't do them. So it's just
you're
something
just
that's happened
jealous.
around us. It's disgusting. So I was like, I've never even thought about it. Scrolling on TikTok, came across a girl who's like, I can't burp. There's like a procedure you can get. You get Botox in your throat,
Wow.
and then it allows you to burp because if my throat muscle is too tight.
Wow.
So there you go. That maybe partly answers your question about my throat game. I guess that's what you wanted to know. So it'll go my throat thing will go that way, but it won't go that way. I can't burp.
Wow.
Does
Does
that hurt
cause
sometimes?
problems? Yeah.
Sometimes I have a painful stomach because I can feel like air in there and I can't get it out. And I'll sit there going, trying to burp and I don't know how to burp. So I'm just like,
There
and
you
then
go.
it doesn't
Oh,
work.
that's
Are you gonna get the
humiliating
Botox?
as well.
Yeah, and I look ugly. Maybe. Oh, well, yeah, probably actually. I think it would help.
Botox fades, so you could get it and see if you liked it. Because I would.
No, apparently it's like because it's like works permanently.
Wow.
Because you can like train. Then you've trained yourself how to burp, so then it's fine.
Oh,
You just need to like trick yourself into doing it.
so does that mean?
Well, just that muscle's never been relaxed enough.
Wow.
Tight throat. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is a bad idea.
What?
Just to lean into what you started.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that.
Really?
You came out pretty strong, Evan.
It's just because I think I have an overactive gag reflex, and it comes from that, or it's related to that anyway. Not being able to like swallow tablets. Now I can swallow tablets; it's fine. But I think it's just a thing that as a kid I just didn't like it or something. Anyway,
As an adult, do you like it?
swallowing tablets.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but it's fine. I'm able to, and it's not a problem.
Am I right, ladies? Woo!
Let's move on.
Please don't make me.
And pills are so big.
It's just too big, this tablet. What's going on? You get your fucking mind out of the gutter, Evan.
Can you snake me?
That's so intimidating. No, put it back. I think I like the mental effort. See?
Yes.
I want to throw something at that. Oh my god.
Snake for a snake. Whoa.
The devil in me. Yes, Gonzo?
Should we crowdfund my throat Botox?
How much is it? Do you know if it's expensive?
There's like one guy who does it in Melbourne, and it's like you can do it through the public system.
Really?
One guy who does it for Melbourne in his shed and it's free.
It's in public. It's a public system.
Because he doesn't have an ABN, so it can't be private.
I'd love to crowdfund your Throtox. I'll put money in.
Throtox.
Botox.
That's beautiful.
Aw,
Yeah,
we gotta
we'll do that
loosen
for
this
you.
bad boy up. So I can burp. You ever seen the prettiest girl you've ever seen on TikTok just like burp and then go, oh my god, I burped!
Seeing for the first time or something.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's
Colourblind glass.
And I'm colorblind in that situation. I'm like, what?
Oh my god, the air's not in anymore. Oh my god, it tickles.
That would. Anyway, The Devil in Me is the fourth installment in the Dark Pictures Anthology, a series of interactive survival horror games.
Okay, dish.
A series of interactive survival horror games that lets you shape the fate of the characters by making choices as you play. This chapter harks back to America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes, and his infamous murder hotel. So is it a thrilling tale of suspense and torture, or is it just torture to play? Let's take a look at the trailer.
Lonnet Entertainment.
Charles Larnett, please.
Speaking.
My name is Grantham DeMett. I'm in a privileged position.
What do we know about this guy? He's rich, he's a recluse, he's obsessed with H.H. Holmes. Totally sane, I'm sure.
Some of the rooms are full recreations from the murder castle.
Guys, is that you?
There's a ton of killer footage to be had here.
My time is at a premium. We need to do this today.
What the f is this?
Oh my god. Are you shooting any of this? No one is gonna believe it without proof. Wait, no! Not that.
Someone, please!
What happened?
What the?
Go!
What is this?
It's a fucking booby trap.
I've told you what I have. Please don't waste my time. Am I sending the car or not?
That was a look at the trailer for the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me.
It's a great trailer.
It's a good
Yeah.
trailer. Yeah, spoopy.
Oh, don't.
Do you like horror stuff?
I love horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like horror.
I love fear. I love fear experiencing it in a safe environment.
Yes.
I love a jump scare.
Yeah.
I like being like, oh, I'm safe.
Adrenaline
Yeah.
gets me going.
I love the devil too.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love I really like it when they're scared of that. Oh, it gets really creepy and weird.
It does get creepy and weird. So
Ooh, I didn't like that.
right. So it's it's based on who's sort of famously known as America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes, who built this. A man, yes.
Boo! Where Aileen Warner stands in here.
Who's that?
She is a female serial killer. Monster, yeah.
There aren't that many of them.
Because we don't get caught. We're good at it.
And they usually kill elderly people and babies. It's
Yeah, it's usually just poison.
It's just psycho nurses.
It's usually poison. Nurses poisoning.
Most
Right.
aren't.
It's a bit less dramatic, right?
Yeah.
It's about H.H. Holmes famously had this built this
I did not know about this.
murder hotel. You've never heard of this?
Never heard of this. Even though I'm a white woman, I had not heard of this.
See, I knew about it because I watched American Horror Story Hotel.
Oh, that's what that's based on.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of that because Lady Gaga's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it's just not my genre.
Not your genre.
Fair enough.
Horror TV show. Even though obviously I owe my life to Ryan Murphy.
It's camp.
I'll give him my firstborn child.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do?
Glee's
Glee.
good.
What did you do?
Oh, I sent him some letters. I can't break a promise.
So he built this hotel, and
And he just seems like someone who would hold a grudge if you backed out of something. You know what I mean?
to kill all these people. And it was
He's still talking.
he built this hotel because he was a con man sort of businessman, and he was a real dodgy dude.
I just found out about this.
Yes.
Because I didn't know it was real. I didn't know it was based on something real.
Yeah.
And then I was like, minus the fact that it's real, that's really cool.
What, the murder hotel?
The house with traps.
Yeah, it's a really seductive idea, right? Like the
Seductive.
Ooh.
What's the gag reflex on that house?
pretty amazing that he was able to have this place built with these.
You understand why someone would do it. And that's why he's the greatest, most prolific serial killer of all time.
But he had, the whole shebang. Moving walls, things like trapdoors and chutes that go down to the basement, so he could dispose of bodies. And
Do you know what I think it is?
yes.
I think it's a bit playground because the Winchester house is also quite appealing.
I was about to say the Winchester house.
I don't know about this house either. What's
The wife of the Winchester gunman, she was haunted by all of the ghosts of people who died because of her husband's gun. So she built a house that had all these rooms that led to nowhere and trapdoors and stuff so that the ghosts couldn't get her.
to confuse the ghosts?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can't they go through walls?
No.
But if they think it's a door.
Because there are other... I think sometimes in Japan, have you ever been into a home or seen it where you have the entrance and then you have a screen immediately after the door? It's...
Where?
Yeah.
Japan?
Apartments
I've
and
not
stuff
been to
have that too.
Japan.
Yeah.
Right.
Where you hang your coat and stuff like that, but that's to confuse bad spirits.
Yeah.
How stupid do they think these spirits are?
I don't think...
Isn't that the whole thing? That they can do whatever the fuck they want?
It's not that they're stupid, it's
not
that they don't have a
dead.
body. I think they know...
They didn't do a good job of staying alive.
didn't live.
Cringe.
We're doing better than they are.
They're lost.
They so in addition to they've obviously taken some artistic license with this as well. In the game, it starts with a bit of a
This
prologue.
isn't the same?
Well, it starts with the prologue, which is actually based in the H.H. Holmes house. But then it jumps forward. The most of the game is in the present day, where a film crew who's making a documentary or a TV show episode about the H.H. Holmes house, they're struggling with it. And the director gets this call from a mysterious person who's like, I'm a reclusive guy, but I've built this replica sort of homage to the H.H. Holmes murder hotel. And you can come film at our this replica hotel for your show. And he's like, oh, that's great, this will save the show. We'll go film at this place. And then...
And he's like, but you have to come today.
Yeah, he's like, it has to be this weekend, bring your crew and stuff. So they go over there, he brings the crew in there, but they don't know much about it. And they go over there to this island that has this massive hotel, and things just start to get a bit suspicious and weird and creepy, and they think they're all alone there, but then they're not, and you know.
No spoilers.
But there's also this other kind of creepy element, which is kind of fun as well, where there's mannequins everywhere and like these weird, creepy animatronics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's this sort of creepy idea of like this guy reanimating corpses with animatronics, like electronics and stuff, which was
House
kind
of
of like a
Wax.
creepy idea that I hadn't really seen before.
Paris Hilton film, House of Wax.
What happens in House of Wax?
Well, they get killed and they get turned into wax figures, but there's still them underneath the wax, and the wax hardens.
Right.
They're like,
That is.
and then no, they're not dead straight away because Jared Padalecki is on the piano, and
Jared Padalecki's in it. I forgot.
yeah, he's in it. And then his friend comes over and he's like, he can see his eyes moving, and he's like going like, and then he tries to peel it off, and he peels off his
That's right.
cheek,
Oh, that's no good.
and then he's like, I gotta go. Yeah.
So in this case, that he's sort of taking dead bodies and putting in mechanical elements to sort
Badass,
of. It's
man.
That's seductive.
quite- It's quite.
Seduced, Evan?
So seduced. I was very seduced by that idea in the trailer. I'm like, oh, this sounds like a cool horror
They
thing.
were
right?
joking when they
I'd-
said that you would be seduced by that. And you
Yeah,
were just like full
seduced
on,
isn't
like,
the right
yeah,
word
yeah.
because it has a sexual
word you
connotation.
used.
But I was
You were
intrigued. by it.
horny for it.
I don't know.
Enticed.
You wanted to
Enticed.
fuck the robot
Okay,
corpse.
great. But anyway, so it does all this, and it sort of
So unconvincing.
it sort of teases you with it, right?
I hate that. Don't make me.
I want to fuck it.
No. Is someone making
Fall
me?
apart.
It's unrealistic if you think about it. I haven't until now, but
Rigor mortis makes it very tough.
It wouldn't even work, guys.
But anyway, they tease you with all this stuff, and I'm not sure that it really. I'm not sure that it really pays off.
Is the word you're looking for.
It's very, very slow to get started.
My God, I feel like I played this game for my entire life and I didn't get to one bad thing happening to them. One person got trapped in a room and then it cut away to someone else looking for a fucking chair or some shit.
That's what killed me. There were so many little and then to lift your elbow, you must throw a ball across the screen and then get it and then get the key out. And then once you have the key, find the door. Then behind the door, another thing.
It doesn't have the balance between doing things and I don't want to do anything. Because you want to move forward throughout the game, but then it'll be like, all right, look at door. And you're like, okay, click to look at door, and it'll zoom in on door being like, doors can be unlocked with keys. And you're like, oh my God. And it's like, maybe, and then the other character's like, wow, do you reckon we should find a key? And you're like, you're looking to find a key and you're like looking in and it's like, oh, it might be in this drawer. You're like, open drawer. It's like, press trigger. All right, now pull drawer. Nothing in drawer. Or like press trigger, pull drawer, not working. Press trigger, go to new option that has come up to swipe a card in the drawer, roll to swipe. Okay, try again. Now you can pull drawer. Nothing in the drawer. And you're just like,
No. There was a postcard.
Pasha Flora in there.
So I
was like trying to play this game in good faith. Okay.
Okay.
Tazo, are you serious? The mechanics.
Yes.
Not just what you had to do, but the mechanics. I want to do a reenactment of me trying to get to a ladder.
Do it.
Should we just say the ladder is like here?
Yep.
So I'm like, well, there's a ladder there. I know if I get close enough, there'll be a button that says to climb the ladder. So it's just... Because of course you can't step backwards, can you? So you go, okay, well, I'll just step one step back and then I'll be able to press the button. And then it's just...
Yes, this is exactly it. And then sometimes you saw that little glimmery thing and it'd be like, and then
Yeah.
see ya.
No, I went too long. And then you finally get it and it's... You press it. Ready? X.
Oh, like the little boost.
Oh
thing.
my god! And the boost, there's all these cut scenes, and I was like, just get up there.
It would have a little cutscene. You'd click on the button to get up a wall, and then one of the characters would kneel down like this.
Yes, like an
And then and then it would zoom out, and the other character would step up, and it's like, we didn't need that.
Yeah.
We didn't need that.
Because I also am looking at you from the angle that it shows it every single time in the game. It's from this exact
Yes.
It's yes, it can be very tedious.
I don't remember.
Yes.
So I played another game like this, and then I was like, this has got to be by the same people.
Yep.
Until Dawn.
Uh-huh.
You remember that one?
I didn't play Until Dawn.
Had Hayden Panettiere in it.
Really?
Oh,
That
she
is.
got her daughter
Had
taken.
Rami Malek in it. Also.
I love Rami.
And I don't remember it being this boring.
Right.
Because I've been playing this for so long. Okay, here's the other thing. I was like, I'll just get the trial.
Yep.
I'll just get the trial.
What was the trial?
The trial is just that first thing in the old hotel.
So it
and
felt
then
like
the
a
talk
trial.
from the man. So then I was like, well, so I got all the way to the end of to the almost the end of the trial, and then I got out of the game, and then I got back in it, and then there was no continue. And so then I had to do it again. So then I did the trial all the way through again, and then it was like, okay, now buy the game if you want to play more. So then I clicked buy game, and then it's just like, well, you can't. I'd bought the game at this point, and it's like, well, no, you got to buy the game. It's like, okay, I'll close it and reopen it. I close it and reopen it, and it's like, start the game, and then I had to do it a third time. Do you understand how much I wanted to kill that time not playing this game?
But did you notice how great Holmes's mustache was? I think.
All I noticed was the fucking haunting. I was like, what? I was like, I feel like their faces should be better than this. Obviously, these are not main characters. The two in the little prologue.
Yep.
And it was like, it was like, honey, are you sick of me yet? And the eyes were just going in any direction. They felt like not where the person's face was that they're talking to.
Well, this is what we found. There were the two girlies that they were like, they're flirting. I was like, no, they're not. I don't want to see them kiss.
Oh, it was.
That would be like some weird.
I always knew you were a homophobe.
Yeah, through and through.
Jordan was like, pull away.
Yes.
And I was like, please.
And there were all these options for like conversations. I was like, that's kind of fun. Like that you can like create, I don't know, a character or some beef or whatever. But then whenever I was like, for fun, I'm going to make them not say anything because that was like the third option. But they always said something. Like they never didn't say anything.
They couldn't just let them sit with it.
Yeah, so I was like, it's not really
They're
an option.
women.
Yeah, shut up.
They can't sit in comfortable silence. They have to placate each other.
Yes, and kiss.
There was so
They're
many
women.
women. I'm sorry, I'm making noise because I'm a woman. There were so many times where characters would interact, and there were a few characters that I think were really well animated.
Yeah.
And then there were the other ones.
Yeah.
Little jumper girl.
Little jumper girl.
Yeah.
Jumper girl, no
Oh, the
good.
soundy?
Yeah.
Yeah, occasionally she just like,
She
was like,
why does she look like an old man?
I couldn't tell if she was young or old.
It's pretty. Yeah.
Sometimes they'd be making eye contact and the eyes would just go.
I thought she was looking
In
at
a
me.
way, I couldn't even replicate it with my eyes because it was so bizarre. It was like
Yeah,
an
there were some
animatronic.
really weird moments like that.
They were so mean to each other.
They were
Everyone
awful
was
to each
rude.
other. It's a really toxic work environment. Every option was like bully and tease. And then old mate sees like, so they get like ferried along to this island, mistake. And then
Go off.
they see the man who ferried them run off with his daughter.
Yeah.
And like frantically
child,
running
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Or a child.
Yep.
We don't know.
You
And
can
then,
assume it's his daughter. Probably.
yeah. And then she's like, that's strange. I'm
I'm gonna drink this wine I stole.
yeah,
from the
which
cupboard.
would be vinegar at that stage. Like,
They have this whole thing about how disgusting it is and how it tastes like mold.
yeah.
And she keeps drinking it.
I think like
Smart.
the funny thing about
Probably has
what
an addiction, Evan.
It's a vinegar.
she loves it. A guy in my high school used to drink vinegar. He loved it.
Weird.
Yeah, we're still friends.
That's very.
I invented a drink as a child. Me and my
Yeah.
brother were trying to like make new drinks. Like we moved on from like bathroom potions to kitchen potions.
Yeah.
And we were like, Mum, we figured it out. Coca-Cola, bitter lemon, vinegar. And she was like, please stop drinking.
That's so fucked up, dude.
That's like hot girls are doing like soda water and balsamic vinegar. Like it tastes just like Coca-Cola, but it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the taste of balsamic vinegar, so that does sound nice to me.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're the vinegar addiction. Mm-hmm. This is you. Why are you complaining?
You love the wine.
Finally, some representation.
I think what I struggle with this game, with what I played, is that it is like, it's so based on like human interactions and relationships and conversation and stuff like that, because there's not much action for a long time. But then the conversations, the dialogue and the relationships were so naff, and like I couldn't suspend disbelief. And the horror elements, like they were making so much noise. We talked about how they like were scheming so early on as well.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff just doesn't quite ring true. And none of
They get there and then they're like, let's immediately trick the guy so we can sneak off and sneak around and look at more of this island. How are we going to be really sneaky? Let's start up this electrical grid so we can take the train that sits atop this island and just let that carry us up sneakily while he won't notice.
Yeah, it's like that would make
For no reason.
For absolutely no reason.
But if anyone would do that, it's a bloody film crew, tell you that.
Also, they're like sneaking around, and both, like one of them's complaining. They're like, "Oh, this is above my pay grade. I don't want to do this." It's like, then don't. You came. Also,
they're there because Charlie, sort of twisted their arm a bit.
Oh, they really made that guy's mouth pointy, didn't they? I really didn't like that. His mouth was pointy and it was wet.
Yeah.
Really not a fan.
I think
really unsettling.
It looks, I don't know, it's a weird one because graphically, I think if on a freeze frame you'd be like, oh, this looks pretty realistic. Like the faces and stuff are pretty good, the eyes and stuff. But then in motion, it's so janky and weird.
Yeah, he had really good skin and stuff. That
like
Charlie
the detail
guy.
is quite, and the hair and stuff is great.
His eyes seemed way far. It's like they gave everyone a character to animate. And some focused on making their facial expressions look normal, and some focused on the pores on their skin.
Yeah,
and they never came together. Try to get it all done.
Yeah, it's very Uncanny Valley.
And it was very Uncanny Valley. When we were doing the section where you're creeping around the island, I didn't like the animation of the bum, because I think the bum was fine, but you're looking at the back of people the whole time, and they'd given this girl a denim jacket, and they'd made the model move, but it's like the clothes were just stuck onto the model. So her denim jacket would do this with her bum, and I'm like, not a... Yes, and then I reckon as well, it must be easier to animate someone with a thigh gap. Because no one's thighs were touching.
Yeah, that's true. They all had thigh gaps.
Yeah, that's why they do that. It's also easier when they have big boobies.
How are you going to walk up there and bounce?
They, so yeah, the characters aren't super likable, which is a problem with
But not even in a good way.
What?
Yeah, they're just mean to each other.
Well, they're not funny.
No,
You know what I mean?
yeah. They're they're not very endearing, so you don't really care about them. That it's just
Also,
it is just kind of tedious.
Can I just say?
Yes.
That one woman, the Kate woman.
Yeah, the presenter person.
She's in 2 movies that I know of.
Yep.
Both disgusting to me. First one, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. You seen that one?
No.
Yeah.
Watched that, and it's like this old white man writer. It's like, it's his first movie about a woman. And then, spoiler alert, I'm going to spoil it for you because it's not a good movie, in my opinion. You get to the end of the movie, she doesn't actually even exist. She's just a figment of a man's imagination. And then the other movie she's in that I've not seen is a horror movie called Men, which
Problem number 1.
well, the first problem with that is that me and my creative partner Hum already came up with that idea. A horror movie called Men, because that's really funny. And then we're like, oh, this is great. Male writer-director, also male head of every single department except for casting and hair and makeup or something. And everyone,
that's what the girls do, Naomi.
everyone else who
Just
worked on
better at
the
it.
movie is men. And then I read reviews of it. I did not see it, but I read reviews
no one
of it.
did.
And they're all just like, oh, this just looks like this doesn't really get the point across. You know how I feel about Last Night in Soho, the Edgar Wright film.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
It's exactly
don't
like
How do you
that.
feel? How do you feel?
Huh?
How do you feel about that movie?
It's the same. It's written by a man. It's like, this is what because that guy made Baby Driver, and then everyone was like, this movie had one-dimensional female characters, and then he's like, fine, I'll make a movie about rape culture, and I'll be good at it, and it is the worst shit you've ever seen in your life. I saw it with a friend. We were just sitting there, and then we're like, we had no idea what the movie's about, and then we're getting to the end of it, and we're like, okay, it's trying to say something, but it's just like, why are you doing? And that woman is in that movie, and she's in I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I'm like, why are you choosing these? Why are you choosing such bad movies?
Well, Naomi,
stupid men.
Let's go back to the start. Now, Jessie Buckley did start her career on a yes, I know, Tazo. It started on a talent show called I'll Do Anything. Which was an Australian Idol cross X Factor competition show with Graham Norton, Andrew Lloyd Webber, and some other woman as judges, and they just competed to play Nancy in Oliver on West End. And
wait, that's how she started? She
was
on one of those shows.
She was 18. She came second. And she sang, as long as he needs me. So I think her singing sort of this kind of I'll do anything, as long as he needs me, I know where I must be. Man thingy. She's very good in Chernobyl.
Anyone who's begging for work from Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah, you make a deal with the devil. And the devil was inside
amazing.
it.
I watched the first bit of I think it was the Dorothy one of those.
Oh yeah, what was that one called? I'll give you a wrist.
Somewhere over the rainbow or something. I also watched all of, it's a different show, but the Legally Blonde one, Search for L. Seen any of them?
No.
Reality show just to get someone to star on the West End.
Scarier than this.
No.
Yeah.
This can be quite scary when it gets into it, which is probably halfway through the playtime.
I was like, I really want to play a decent amount of this game. I want to get to know the characters. I only had today to do it. I got so bored, and this is at 6 p.m. I really should have been getting ready. I just started cutting bangs. Look at this. My hair wasn't like this. And I'm not someone who just randomly cuts my hair.
How far in did you get?
This was when the ladder thing happened. I was like, I gotta cut my hair.
I need to regain control over my life because
the ladder. Yeah.
What bit of the story did you get?
Well, that was when he's trying to get onto the balcony. It's right before they go to dinner.
Oh, right, okay.
It takes such a fucking long time.
That does take a long time to get to there.
I really don't
if you
remember.
Played Prologue 3 times.
Yeah. Which I don't know if anyone else did, but it seems like that's the way they wanted me to do it. They really pushed me into that.
Yeah.
There was no way to fucking skip. Anyway, so I have bangs now.
Okay. They
What's everyone else been up to?
Well, I've been playing this game a bit.
Did you finish the game, Evan?
I did, yes.
Was it good?
It's it has its problems. I don't want to spoil stuff. I felt like the ending was better than I've played another one of these, and I was into it for a while. It has a lot of similar kind of issues.
You played the Ashley Tisdale one.
I played the Ashley Tisdale one, and
I'm listening.
Wait, were you on that
ding ding.
The whole.
and then you fall in the hole, and it's
in the Iraq War.
It's in the Iraq
War. It's not about the Iraq War. You just happen to be in the Iraq War when you fall in a hole.
Yes, and then
it's about being in the hole.
And then it's all about being in the hole.
This is High School Musical 2. Crazy.
I watched that 4 days ago again.
It's good.
Best
it's
one.
fabulous.
Holds up.
In a word.
I mean, yeah, it does. It's about. I think it's about class war. Anyway.
It's obviously about class war.
So that one sort of kept me gripped, but until the end, where I'm like, oh, that's a bit of a letdown. It just didn't. It just.
I mean, wouldn't you rather that than just boring? Maybe it'll be good.
I would love a satisfying ending.
Oh, you'd love it
let
if it was
down
good.
the hole.
It would be great if anyone. Well, I mean, because a horror mystery kind of thing, it's good if it pays off. You know what I mean? It's just teasing. It's what's going on? And then if
Like last night in Soho. That's what it is. It's oh, okay. This would make sense if you guys had seen the movie that I'm telling you not to watch.
What? but this one, I think the ending of this one felt a bit better. It still wasn't quite I feel like it didn't quite deliver on what it promised.
It hasn't promised me shit. I've literally only gotten to them just walking around.
But I mean, the promise of like the murder hotel and you know the sort of gruesome animatronic stuff. Like it sort of has all these sort of creepy sort of things, but I feel like it doesn't quite land it with the ending. And with anything like this, there's kind of frustrating stuff that doesn't quite.
It seems
it's
clunky.
like, why are you doing this? Why? You're just sort of yelling at it, going like, the fucking guy's there, and there's 3 of them, and the guy's just walking slowly with a knife, and he doesn't go to stab them. He's just walking slowly, menacingly, and at them, and then there's 3 of them. It's like, just take him down. It's like, and then they're in the. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but it's times like that when you're watching a horror film.
Go
You're just
off.
like, why,
You are worked up.
And the other thing that is I think slightly frustrating about these games is that you can it's all geared around the ability to choose and shape people's fate.
Yeah.
And there's the
Say
curator
nothing.
guy. Yeah, you can say nothing if you like. I mean, the conversational stuff doesn't make a huge difference to the story. Like it changes
Doesn't it?
relationships.
Well, that's what it changes. I saw it changing the relationships and changing people's qualities and stuff, like making them more assertive or whatever.
Yes.
Did that actually change anything? Because I didn't get to a point where that would factor in at all.
I mean, without playing it through and trying different things, I'm not really sure. But I'm pretty sure that stuff doesn't really. I don't know if it really changes the outcome in terms of whether people survive or not. So there's a way to play it so that everybody lives, and the choices that you make it impacts whether people survive or not.
I did this with Until Dawn. I played Until
Yes.
Dawn all the way through because I was streaming it. That game is from the same publishers. It's 4 games ago. And I remember it being a lot pacier than this, and I don't remember being frustrated by the controls. What's going on?
I think the previous Dark Pictures Anthology one with Ashley Tisdale I don't think it had the same pace problems. And I think this one as well, like, I think that slowness, I think is, partly probably a deliberate thing of like, we're building up tension, we're building up suspense, building up the mystery, right? But because it's so tedious to actually play, it doesn't really work like that.
You end up cutting your hair.
If the gameplay was enjoyable and the
I should
mechanics
put that warning on
were
there.
enjoyable.
You're going to self-harm.
If the gameplay
I can't cut hair. You saw
itself-
what I did to Bec.
If the gameplay itself was enjoyable, then I don't think it would feel so tedious that stuff. I think that it would actually maybe feel a bit suspenseful because you're like, what's happening?
I mean, it's a fine line between tedium and suspense.
It is, and they definitely don't quite get it right on this one.
That's when I play games. When I play any game, I play them sincerely. When they're like, name your farm on Sarju Valley. I don't write come.
Yep.
Okay, I come up with a real name for my farm. When it's like interact with people, I don't choose the like aggressive fight option. I choose like the nice option. This game had me so bored that when it gets to like the dinner part where they're all standing around, I'm like, fuck it, let's just fight.
Fight, yeah.
And I got to the point where
100%.
I was like, just fucking scream at each other because I just wanted something to happen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know?
Did it? Did something happen?
No!
Oh, okay.
They were like, rah, rah, all right, off to bed, everyone. Good night. Gotta go find the door to my room. That was the other thing. I think this was a really good Naomi video game simulator in a way.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize that the hallways were changing around because I can never keep track of where I've come from or where I go in a video game. I'm always
I
getting
struggle
lost.
with that as well. Yeah.
can't do it.
And so I didn't even realize, and they're like, hang on a second, I swear we came through this way.
Oh my
and I was like, I'm going to have to take your word for it, because this could have been the way it always is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get to explore the murder house at all? Or is it very like, wow, what's down this corridor?
Yeah, it's very.
No.
You can walk around, but it's.
That was pretty spot on.
Yeah, that
Thank you.
was it.
Facial expression as well.
Yeah. They're weird, like,
Glassy
bodies.
eyes.
It's a very linear narrative, so you can't really.
When they clicked on the lights, and it was like
Yeah.
this hand, just like when she has to like move the tram, and she's like, which switch?
I think it's like the one on the far right because she's got it one hand
Yeah,
on this
she's like-
thing, so it's like normal, like broken.
Out of frame.
Yeah, I feel like what I think I found frustrating as well was that the choices.
I'm just gonna start looking at you like I'm in the game.
The choices. The choices that you can make that affect the outcomes aren't. It's kind of just up to chance because there's no way to know if you might be given a choice as like, oh, you're confronted by the guy. Do you run or do you fight? And there's no way to know whether. Which one's going to be successful?
You can't use it's just random.
Yeah,
it's just random.
You can't play the game through
It would
once
be good if you could.
and make all the right choices.
It would be good if you could actually be use some sort of strategy. But it seems to be if we go, it's just go left or right.
I think that's it as well. It's really chance. And I think that in this life, we already know that. It's I came.
What are you telling me that I don't already know?
And we're also there's so much good horror out there at the moment. It's had a real resurgence. We're way too smart for this as well. I think that's it.
Yeah.
It felt so in betweeny. You're right. It was all tedious stuff, no suspense, and I feel when it took me a while to get the hang of the controls, I'm going to be honest. But then there would be things
because you're walking around and hitting buttons. It shouldn't. It was that hard.
It was an option where it's someone's coming, hide. Twice I failed that because I couldn't work it out.
Okay, that's crazy.
It didn't matter.
Nothing happened.
It didn't matter. They would someone would make eye contact with you and then they'd walk away. I'm so I didn't do anything then.
That's a frustrating thing when it says that your choices are going to affect the game and they obviously don't.
Yes.
I mean, but sometimes they do. But
that's why I feel in Until Dawn, it actually did.
But I mean, it does. Certainly I stuffed things up and people died as a result. In the game.
I killed Hayden Panettiere. I remember that.
Who?
Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, in Until Dawn.
In Until Dawn.
It took Bec to tell me that because she looked it up, you can if you make a decision to give one of them have the screwdriver rather than the other one. At an earlier point in the game, then later on, that means that you can save this woman from being crushed by a wall, which I don't know. That's kind of cool. It was pretty gruesome. But
that was the only exciting part of the game for me was the premonitions, where I'd see something violent happening and I'd be like, thank God.
I mean, the violent stuff.
Thank God that's possible.
That's where things start to get interesting. It's where it's oh no, there's a moving wall and you have to choose, does it crush this person or does it crush this person?
That's good. Why couldn't I do that?
Well, you can do that. You just have to play 5 hours before you get to that point. And
you have to walk around
for a
long time, giving each other boosts.
And then after that, you have to play another 45 minutes of boringness before another interesting thing. So it's just...
It reminded me of the things that people complain about in Last of Us 1. With it's Ellie has to just drag something over so that then you can jump onto it.
Right, platforming bits. There's a lot of that.
Perfect.
It's way too much platforming.
It's the only game I've played, and so it took me a while it gave me time to think.
Last of Us?
Yeah, 1 and 2, and Munch's Odyssey.
Okay.
They're my
God, I loved Munch's Odyssey.
Yeah, it's so good. Very different to this.
This game has no right to be doing platforming. It does not control well, and the mechanics are so dull. That,
she got that?
It's so clunky that it shouldn't be making you walk around and traverse, climb stuff and jump over stuff.
And all the little inspect things where it's there's a sign that says keep out and you can click on it to inspect sign and then what it does is it zooms in on the sign that says keep out. You're oh, or when it was
no, I got it.
It's inspect shoe, and it's you pick up, you crouch down and pick up the shoe, and then you put it down and it clips into the ground.
Oh yeah, that's.
It's could have been a
But that was
cutscene.
you got a secret from that, and then I looked up. I was like, "What secret?" And then you look at the secret, and it says, "Found a shoe."
It's it would be more useful if they did kind of Blythe, not Blythe Spirit, Bly Manor vibes or something like that, where it's scary things happen that are never explained, or you kind of walk down one way and something I think that the whole inspect thing kind of took away the horror of it, because if you were walking through and you're that's a woman's shoe, if that was just you happened to see that, and if you weren't looking you would miss it or something like that. I think that would maybe add suspense, but there were
there are definitely moments where I'm it's oh, I found a secret. It's well, because it glimmered at me, jumped straight out at me.
Yeah.
Was that a secret? Because I just
hey!
I'm a shoe.
Don't look, I'm shy.
I'm a shoe.
Hey! great shoe impression.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap up. But I think probably my main problem with it was firstly the gameplay being bad.
Bad mechanics.
Bad mechanics.
Sorry.
But also just like this idea of like so the characters aren't endearing enough that you don't feel that connection. But also because you can't.
Oh my God.
The choices that you make, you can't strategize that. So then you that feels kind of random as well. So you're not invested in that either.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's hard to connect to it or to really feel invested in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you have to dish.
Because you can't control it. You sort of can control it, but you can't.
It's so slow. You know the other thing, Evan? You
Yes.
know this about me. I'm a completionist.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I want to see everything that I have access to. I want to get all the coins, even though I don't know how to use them yet.
Yep.
And then
I don't think the coins. I don't think that really matters.
he said he'll make it worth my while, though.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I mean, there might have been something. I don't know.
But then it's so slow getting around that I was like, it's fucking agony, man.
Yeah, you can run, but yeah.
Yeah, but you can run, but it still takes you just as long to get anywhere.
I feel like when you run, you just hit a wall faster.
Yeah, and then you have to turn around.
Places are so, everything's a tight space.
Also, sorry, I've got to stop complaining about it. The Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me, is out now on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Get it, or get the one about the hole in a rock.
Yeah, but I
Shout out to Ashley Tisdale.
I played through both of them. I think this one is has a better ending, but is more tedious to play through. So it depends on what you.
I might finish it because I want to know.
Sure. Yeah. Find out what
might
happens
finish
at
it
the
too.
end.
I might YouTube it.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
I might YouTube it.
Yeah.
I think
Because
I
it
just
is
got
like-
to the point where they start getting hurt, so I was really
I reckon you
frustrated.
play through a little bit more and see if you once it does sort of pick up a bit.
You know what I have been playing a little bit?
What?
A little bit more of Call of Duty.
Really?
Campaign,
Yeah.
which is, I shit on Call of Duty a lot because it's the only game that Evan plays, and I just knew it as the multiplayer thing, but I've been playing the campaign. It's American propaganda. It's disgusting, but
You guys have
it ain't bad. It's a bit of good fun, I have to say.
You ever played Halo?
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it's similar. Good job.
Still in vogue? Or no?
I mean, I can't believe you've played both of the Last of Us games. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're popular games.
They're
That's
long.
all I played for
They're
2
long.
weeks.
I mean, that's good games to play.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, we have a Patreon question. In fact, we had 3 questions come in, and patron Ryan Matchell requested we do all 3.
We had
Sorry.
3 questions
No,
asked.
but we'll get through it quickly. I'll ask one to each of you.
3
First,
questions? I'm going to answer all 3 because I feel
no,
like it's
don't.
my
You
right.
can if you like. First, I'll go with Jordan. One question was, what game have you gotten into the hardest this year?
This year.
This year.
This year.
Oh, this year, do you know what? Fuck it. I love Sims 4. Eat my ass. I love it. It's great. I got cottagecore. I got, so I also don't know how to turn my electricity on. Yeah, it's an expansion. I've spent a lot of money on expansion packs because I edit podcasts and I have to play a game. And I got really into it, and I'm actually really good at Sims now. So I'm really hardcore into it. I haven't played I did do The Last of Us 1 and 2 in that, like, I started it in that 5-day snap lockdown in 2021.
Mish
in,
Witcher
like,
was saying the
February.
same thing, and I did the same thing as well. A lot of that lockdown time was
that was my
Last of
birthday.
Us.
I was so sad when it ended. I got so emotional about it. I can't. And with the
When the lockdown
HBO series
ended.
come out, when I watch the trailers, I cry. I'm just so I care about Ellie so much.
It's a beautiful game.
It's great. Really good. Another question was, I'll go to Cass. Who is your favourite dog from a video game?
Video game dog.
Was it the one from this one, which you can kill or you could not kill? That's
I love the option to kill a
dog. We never
dog.
talked about it.
I was like, I don't know whether I should kill this dog.
Because you love to kill dogs in video games.
I wasn't sure if it made logical sense because, so the scenario is this
No
bloody
emotion.
murderer guy's traipsing around, and there's
Traipsing.
He's traipsing, and there's
I would
He seems to be everywhere, this guy. Anyway, so
How does he do it?
I don't know. It's a big property as well.
He's like a woman with kids and a job. What's going on?
I mean, it takes me an hour to get from this building to that building, and he just seems to be just there all the time. But this
He doesn't have to deal with the PlayStation controller.
right. Anyway, and you're trying to hide, but there's a dog there, and so you're like, oh, I got this dog. Don't make a noise, dog. And so to basically to prevent the dog making any noise, you can kill the dog with a broken bottle.
God.
It's just we've had this before where Evan has said you get to kill the dog, and you just seem so excited about the concept of your eyes just lit up. They don't do very often.
I'm struggling with I wonder if killing a dog could make more noise than letting the dog live.
Yeah, I think killing a dog would be more noisy.
That's
Also,
your struggle.
It seems noisy to me.
If I'm traipsing, and I hear a dog, I'd be like, dog? But if I hear the sound of a dog's death, I'm like, who's killing the dog?
Yes. Let the dog go.
On the traipse.
Because then if he's like hearing some bit of rustling, let the dog go. He's like, oh, it's just
come
the
back
dog.
to you though.
But Evan, did you kill the dog?
I did kill the dog.
Of course you killed the dog.
And did it make noise?
It seemed like that's what I should. No.
We have it.
I remain.
Killing the dog was fine.
Tell you who they are.
That was fine.
It was the right.
Affect you?
What do you mean? In what way? The character was pretty cut up about it.
You know, how do I explain? Okay,
You gotta hear this.
there's a thing, there's this phenomenon where, like, if someone, like a regular person, let's not say you, let's say someone else, sees a dog die or get hurt or get murdered, even is the worst version, in like a movie or a TV show or something, it's like so heart-wrenching you can't take it. Worse than if you saw it happen to a person.
Right.
So...
You know, I think I was more affected by the dog dying than some of the characters dying.
But you still didn't seem that affected, so...
Well, I mean, it's a video game dog.
Okay, but what I was...
I made the choice to do it.
For a second I thought you were going to say
civilians.
I was more affected by the humans dying, and I was like, oh, maybe he's better than us. But then you were like, no, it was still worse when the dog died. I just didn't care.
Anyway, did you have a favourite dog?
I don't think I've really played many video games that have dogs in them because I always picked cat on Stardew Valley. So I reckon it just seemed if I pick a cat on Stardew Valley and the cat's traipsing.
Pick a pack of pickled peppers.
Yeah, and Peter Piper punched them.
Peter Piper killed a dog
Peter Piper
and loved
punched a
it.
puss. No, if you pick the cat, I'm
They're
like,
calling you Peter Piper now?
the cat will like go about his business. But if I pick a dog, I'm never home. I've got so much farm work to do. So I felt rude to pick the dog. So I would say Fallout.
Well, do I have the solution for you?
Fallout, yeah. Dogs and Fallout.
All right, great.
Dog from Fallout.
Did you have a favourite dog that you wanted to...
The dog I had in Nintendogs. Little Cavalier, little Jack, and I would do the agility courses. Ace it every single time. Watch those two men riff back and forth. You know the ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, we're coming here today, and, well, my tail's wagging. Oh, well, fuck you. I don't know. They seem to have tension. You know what I'm talking... Beck knows what I'm talking about. They had tension.
And the Nintendogs boys.
The last question I'll go to Naomi. Why doesn't Evan wear those awful shirts anymore?
You tell me, brother. Because you're repping the... No, wait. What's this for?
Huh?
Tell me you're repping... You told me Hilfiger now.
Yeah.
You might still be wearing the shirts. You're just not showing us.
It's true.
Show, don't tell.
I think, I don't know, maybe I got more taste.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he evolved.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah.
It's not a conscious decision. You just stop wearing them.
Well, actually, you know, when I started the show, I'm like, oh, I should wear like a blazer and like I should dress up. It's like, it's a show.
A blazer.
And then now we just don't care as much anymore. It's just like...
Well, I feel like I started dressing up more and more and you've gone the other way.
Maybe. So I'm mostly just wearing just like hoodies or whatever now. So it's like, maybe that's why.
Maybe it's because Evan don't give an F what you think. I got your back, brother.
Thank you.
Doesn't matter how many dogs you shoot in the head.
We have to thank our top patrons.
We have to, we must.
And they are Adrian and...
We have to, Evan. We must.
Adrian,
Thank you, Evelyn. And you're burgering on the fries, and that's great.
Adrian and then Azurista, Amy G, Andre Agnew, Ben
fuck
Zombie,
that up?
Blake Hannigan, Brand Wozni, Cameron Forward, Chris Howe, Chris Potts,
Kristen Sanchez. I don't know what.
That was
I
fun.
think that was pretty good.
That was good. David Bourne, David Holland.
If he ever
Death Wombat.
unsubscribes, I'll blame myself.
Okay. Decay, Dixie Dean 17, Dogmata, Evan S. Darling, Fahad Altani, Izzy Klein, Josh, Justice Felina Moon, still haven't gotten to the bottom of that one.
Nice.
Latchington, Michael Flaherty, Mitch, my girlfriend's middle name is McCabe Rudolph, MJ, Nick Mason for President, Oscar A, Robbie Proctor, Santeri Raikkonen, Scott Dip Slot McEachin, Stephen, dip me in honey and throw me to the lesbians, Burke.
Coming from you, Stephen. I don't know about that one.
Unless it's the honey from the bee that eats the pollen that I'm allergic to, I'm not interested.
I don't know what that's in. I didn't even read that before it came up on the auto cue. I don't know where that came
Problematic.
from.
Problematic.
Siraj Pires, ex-Ed Neil and Zach Steinbeck. I feel like Anchorman of doing that because I hadn't read that beforehand.
It is like Anchorman.
Yeah, it's an Anchorman moment.
Do you
Yeah.
read anything that comes up on
Well, in that particular case, because I didn't write it. That was a copy and paste, so I hadn't had a chance to read
You
that
didn't
before
write
I
it?
read it.
You didn't write it in yourself?
No, the rest of the script I
Get
write,
it out there.
obviously.
Is one of your patrons Andre Agassi? Did I mishear that?
Andre Agnew. I don't.
Andre Agnew, thank you.
I don't know. I also don't know who Andre Agassi is.
No.
Tennis?
Tennis.
Oh wow.
Bald.
Yeah.
Bold.
Bold.
Wow. Bold.
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 Bald.
Bold.
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 I always get him and Grant Hackner, Grant the swimmer, Grant Hackett mixed up.
Hackney.
If you want to hear your name read up on the show, jump on the Gamey Gamey Game Patreon and go to where is it? GameyGamey.com/Patreon and choose the close personal friend tier. And there's other great benefits to signing up other than getting your name on there. You get episodes early. You get to join us on the Discord, and you also get cheat sheets, which I really need to catch up on because I haven't been doing that.
Funny.
They're good. They put a lot of effort into
They're
these.
good.
Do you know, also, if you want to just get your name read out on the show, you can also just send me $15 and I'll do it. So that is cheaper.
It is cheaper.
And I also just wanted to give a shout out to some friends. This is regardless of that. This has nothing to do with that. But these are just personal shout outs for me to Supman and Fright Bulb. That's just something I felt like saying. Do you know what I mean? Unrelated. You can just send me $15 and I will read your name out on the show.
Okay. But if you do the official thing and you sign up and you get a mug as well if you're on the $25, I think.
Who needs?
They're a really good mug.
have enough mugs.
They're a beautiful hold. Look how
They're
sit in the
extremely
hand.
solid.
They're a nice.
I've
shape.
dropped mine a couple times, like not even a chip out of them.
They're not too tall.
So crazy, not like other girls.
The inner coating is really reflective. Every time I take a drink, I see myself.
Yeah, oh my God, I can see me too.
I don't want that.
You can have
I don't
your
want
own.
I love it.
That's a secret.
Apparently, I make my eyes really wide when I drink.
Oh,
Oh, I do that too.
it's like people do that. It's like when you put mascara on, you have to have your mouth open.
Yeah.
It's like the same like function.
Is it, or are
Is
you
that
just
like
making
when?
that up?
Is that like when a pigeon walks and its head has to go?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. It seems similar.
Why does the pigeon look like a snail? What's that?
Oh, I've mixed them up. Hang on.
Pigeons were once
know, a
domesticated
pigeon.
animals.
A pigeon slamming up your house, eating all the cabbage.
Naomi, anything you'd like to plug? Where can people find you if they want to see more of you?
My Twitter, Instagram, or just like if you see me around.
Oh yeah.
Don't come up to me, but you can watch.
Okay.
Just if you see me around.
Have a look.
Why not? I can't stop you.
that.
I can, but it would be hard. I have to call the police. Like it would take, you know what I mean? I'm probably not going to bother trying to stop you. Or I'd just go into a house or something.
Cass, where can people find you if they want to see more of you?
At Cass Page on everything. Got podcasts. Got Being Hot is Hard. Got Shut Up a Second. Popping on some D&D is for nerd stuff.
Yeah, nice.
I just started D&D.
Isn't
I'm in a new campaign. We just did one chapter.
Wow.
Having fun.
Yes. I don't really get it yet because I don't understand what the dungeon master does. Like, I keep telling him what to do. Yes, and.
That's like not understanding what a producer does.
Yeah, literally.
But what do you do? Everything.
Literally. I am. Can I go? I'm gonna listen to your D&D stuff. I love that. I have a podcast. One is called Sex and the Sex and the Sex. It's a Sex and the City podcast. Kind of on pause at the moment because we're all doing 600 things. But we're coming back very soon, so stay tuned. And then Pop Gaze, which comes out every Wednesday. And then Good Graph, which comes out pretty much every 2 weeks, which is fun. It's just me and Lewis Garnham talking about graffiti.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
Rock and roll, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm on Instagram.
What are you on Instagram?
Oh, I'm jbar_666.
Okay, great.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry.
Thanks for going on.
Thank you for apologizing.
And thank you guys for watching. We'll be back again next week with another episode. I think.
Thank me.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Evan, for hosting.
Yeah, thanks, Evan.
Thanks, Evan.
He doesn't need
pleasure.
that. Have you talked to the guy?
Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
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 Come back now, you.